Welcome, guys, to the best math channel in the world. Say on Bizzy Made It Easy channel. The only channel exam fierce when it comes to mathematics lesson. We are here once again to treat another interesting topic in mathematics. And today our lesson is going to be an undefined and zero algebraic expressions or algebraic fractions. We have already treated algebraic expressions here, which led us to trinomials, binomials, and quadratics. There's an aspect of algebraic expression a student asks or some group of students asks to be taught, and I'm going to simplify it. So follow closely. If today is your first time seeing this channel, don't forget to subscribe so that anytime I upload a video, you get a notification to also learn and overcome all your mathematics fears. Now, I've mentioned two things here: undefined and zero. Now, we know algebraic expression, mathematical expression involving a letter or letters, a mixture of letters, numbers, and an operation sign. When you see a plus y, is an algebraic expression. When you see k plus 4 plus y, this is also an algebraic expression. It becomes equation when you see an equal sign. So know the difference between algebraic expression and equations. Now, when you see anything like m over n, this is algebraic fraction. This is an algebraic fraction. Now, when do we say an algebraic fraction? So today we are going to work with algebraic fractions. So you see expressions like this, something over or some expressions over the other. So if you see, as I indicated here, m over n, when do we say an algebraic fraction or an algebraic expression? Let me use the algebraic fraction, is undefined. An algebraic expression becomes undefined when the denominator is equal to 0. Yes, so when I have m over n, if I write this one, m is equal to 0, it means it is what? Undefined. Yes, undefined. And when do we say an algebraic expression is equal to 0? It is 0 when the numerator is also equal to 0. So you equate, when they ask you find the equation for which this expression is undefined, it means just equate the denominator to 0 and solve it, either using the quadratic or not the simple linear equations you know. And when they say solve it when the expression is equal to 0, it means equate the numerator to what? To 0. These are the differences you should know. So undefined deals with the numerator equal to 0, then 0. Undefined deals with the denominator equal to 0, then 0 deals with the numerator equal to 0, then solve. So when you see an expression, maybe n plus 5 is equal to maybe y plus 8, and they say solve this when it is undefined, you just write y plus 8 is equal to 0. So y is equal to 0 minus 8, so y is equal to what? 8. So it is undefined when y is equal to negative 8. And solve when it is 0. The same way, you equate the numerator to 0, then you solve it. Yes, you equate it to 0 and you solve it. And when you put the answer back, you can see that indeed it will give you 0 and it becomes undefined. Sometimes when you punch it, you get error. And this is when we say an expression or algebraic expression is undefined or is equal to 0. So know when the question asks whether it is undefined or when the equation is what? Equal to 0 or is 0. So we are quickly going to take questions on these two separate concepts. So follow closely and you are going to get it. Let's take our first question on this. So the first question says, find the value of x for which 2 on 1 minus 3x is what? Undefined. It's undefined. And this question is every year WASSCE. you will see this type of questions. You take note of that and master it. There are some questions that when you see them, they are just bonus questions for you. So find the value of x for which 1 on 1 minus 3x is undefined. And I've told you undefined deals with the what? The denominator. So we are going to solve. So 1 minus 3x is equal to 0. You just equate the denominator to equal to 0. So how do you solve for x here? So you leave the negative 3x is equal to 0. This one will come minus 1. Yes, since this is positive, the sign is affecting the 3x. So we have negative 3x is equal to negative 1. Now how do we solve for x? We divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is negative 3. So negative cancel negative. Then 3 divides 3. So this take this. So x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1/3 or 1 on 3. So the expression is undefined when x is equal to 1 on 3. Simple. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. So we just equate the denominator to 0 and solve it using the linear equation concept or the quadratic equation concept. So this is how the service is solved when the expression is undefined. For what value will make this expression undefined? So we make it undefined, or for it to be undefined, the expression x is equal to 1 on 3. So let's take the next question on this. So as the next question is posted on the screen, they say determine the values of x which the expression 3x plus 5 all on x squared plus 5x is undefined. So undefined, once again, the focus is on the denominator. So we have to equate it. X squared 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. What do we see? This is quadratic. And in my previous lessons, I've solved quadratics. How to use the factorization to get the values of this. So these 3 terms, we are going to group them in what? In 2 easy terms. We are going to group them in 2 easy terms. So we are going to find the factors of 6 and 2 numbers that when we add, we get the 5, but when we multiply, we get the 6. So the factors of 6, we know we have 1, 2, 3, and 6. So the 2 numbers that will fit is this. When we add 2 plus 3, you get 5, and when we multiply, you get 6. So we are going to replace them by the middle term, which is the 5x. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. Now we've gotten our 4 terms that we can easily group in the bracket. Yes. So let's factorize them out. So the common term is x here. Now we have x plus 2 plus 3 out. We have x plus what? 6. Sorry, x plus 2 once again. Because 3 can divide or can divide a 6 too. So we have to get a common term. Sorry for that. So since we have a common term, we pick the one here. So x plus 3, this one and this. Then we have x plus 2 since they are the same. Now we are going to find their values. We are saying we equate them 0. So this one will give us x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then we have x plus 2 also equal to 0. Let's solve for the separate values of this. So this one will give me x plus, so x will be equal to 0 minus 3. Then this will give me, okay, let me continue here. Let me even continue at the other side. So half x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 minus 3. So x is equal to negative 3. And the other one, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 minus 2. So x is equal to negative 2. So they say we should find the values. It means we are expecting more than 1 answer. So the values of x are x is equal to -3 and x is equal to -2. So these are the values that will make this expression undefined. These are the values that will make this expression undefined. See, the other one was a simple linear equation, and this one we ended up getting quadratic equation, and this is how we solve it step by step. And you won't get it anywhere than say on Bizzy Made It Easy channel. This is how we simplify mathematics concept for everyone to understand from the scratch. So to make this one undefined, this is how we solve it. So we are quickly going to take the next question on this. The next question on the screen, we have find the value of x of which the expression 2x plus 5 all on the square root of x minus 4 is undefined. Don't be scared because you've seen the square root. It's going to be simplified. So undefined means we are going to equate the denominator to what? 0. We have equated it to 0. Now the x we are looking for is inside the square root. And we know how to eliminate square root. So if it is square, how do we eliminate it? Use square root. In the same way, if it is square root, how do we eliminate it? It's the inverse. It's the inverse. We use square. So we are going to square both sides to eliminate the square root. Now we have x plus 4 now is equal to what? 0. X plus 4 now is equal to 0. So now we have x is equal to 0 minus 4, and now x is equal to -4. Simple as that. So the value of x, or let me say the expression, is undefined when x is equal to -4. The expression is undefined when x is -4. And indeed, when I put -4 here, when I add it to this 4, I'm going to get 0. The square root of 0 is the same as 0, both sides. Yes, so it makes the expression true. So it's undefined when the expression is what? 0. So simply how to solve expression when it is undefined means equate the denominator to 0. So when you see any question like this, don't be scared. Just use what I've explained here and you are going to get it right away. Let's take another question, different question on this. So in this question, they say we should find the value of x for which x minus 2x squared all on 6x bracket open x minus 4 is 0. And I explained it in the introductory parts that when they say find the value of any algebraic fraction when the expression is equal to 0, means that the focus is on the what? On the numerator. The focus is on the numerator. So this one means that we are going to equate the numerator rather to 0. Undefined is on the denominator, so don't forget. So x minus 2x squared is equal to 0. Yes, it's equal to 0. Now let's solve this. So to solve this, when we look at this, before we can simplify it, unless we factorize the x out, we have to factorize this. So the common term is x. So x will divide by 1 minus this one will give us 2x is equal to what? 0. Now we have x here and the expression in the bracket. If they were to have two terms, now we are going to equate each of them to 0. So now we have the x here alone with a bracket. So here our x is equal to 0. That will be the first value. Then this one, the one in the bracket. No, normally the one we did in the previous video, we got 2 answers in a bracket and we equated all of them to 0. So this one, we are going to equate the x to 0, then the one in the bracket to 0. So this is 0. Then we have 1 minus 2x is equal to 0. Then we leave negative 2x here is equal to 0 minus 1. So negative 2x is equal to negative 1. Then we divide both sides by negative 2. Negative 2. So negative take negative, 2 divides 2. Negative take. So now we have x is equal to 1 on 2. So this is how we simplify this expression. So don't be confused here. So when you see any expression in this form, this doesn't look like quadratic. Quadratic, we get 2 terms in bracket, then we equate all of them to 0. But this one, we have to factorize the x out. So we get 2 expressions. Yes. So when we get this equal to 0, then you simplify this one to equal to 0. So the expression is 0 when x is equal to 1 on 2. So we are focusing on this. Yes, we focus on the right answer we've gotten, which is the half. So this is how we solve this expression too as well, when the algebraic fraction is said to be what? 0. So very easy and simple if you practice more and you follow this lesson closely. So let's take another question on this. So the next question says, you find the value of x for which x squared plus 7x minus 44 is 0. So x squared plus 7x minus 44 is 0. So all on x plus 1. So it's 0, as I said, or as we have learned earlier, it means the focus will be on the numerator. So x squared plus 7x minus 44 will be equal to 0. Now this is quadratics. So we find the factors of this. Two numbers that when we add, we get 7. But when we multiply, we get negative 44. So let's find the factors of 44. So we have 1, factors of 44. We have 1, 2, we have 4, we have 11, 22, and 44. So which two numbers that when you add, you get 7. But when you multiply, you get negative 44. So the numbers we are going to get 11 and 4. Yes, 11 and 4. And which one should be positive? Which one should be negative? So negative 11 and positive negative 4 and positive 11. So negative 4 plus 11 gets 7. Then negative 4 times 11, you get negative 44. So we replace it with the middle term. So we have x squared plus, sorry, let me bring this one first. Whichever we get the same thing. So plus 7, 11x minus 44 all equal to 0. Now I've gotten 4 terms, so I have to group them. 4x plus 11x minus 44. I'm bring the 0, or I can leave it. When I finish, then I'll find values for each. So the common term here is x. So I have x minus 4 plus common term for the number is 11. So 11 divide here, I'll have x, positive, negative, will still be negative. 11 will go into 44 4 times. So you see, I've gotten the same thing as well. So I'll pick the numbers x plus 11, then x minus 4, all equal to 0. So I'm going to find each value. X plus 11 is equal to 0. So x will be equal to 0 minus 11. Then I'll get x equal to negative 11. Then I have x minus 4 is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 plus 4. So I'll get x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 4. So the values or the expression is 0 when the values of x are half x equal to -11 and x is equal to 4. So these values make the expression 0. Yes, these values make the expression 0. When you put them back, you see that you get the expression becoming 0. And this is only simplified on this channel. It's simplified on this channel. So with this, I believe when you see any question involving undefined and when the expression is 0, you'll be able to do it. So we are going to take our very last question on this episode. So let's look at the question. So this very last question says find the zeros of the expression, or find the zero of the expression x squared minus 9 all over x squared x squared minus 9 all over x squared minus 3x. So 0. So our focus is on the denominator. Now what we see here, x minus 9. You have to take note of something here. So this expression, we use what we call difference of two squares. How are you going to know that? We are going to apply difference of two squares to simplify this. So we are going to use difference of two squares for both the top and factorize the down one. We are going to get a common term, then we solve it easily. How do we apply difference of two squares? So difference of two squares is when you see an expression and it is having negative and both numbers are perfect squares. A perfect square, what is a perfect square? It means a number can multiply itself to give you that number. So 9 is a perfect square, x squared 2 is a perfect square. X times x is x squared, then 3 times 3 to give you 9. Yes, so assuming you have an expression like a squared minus 16, we use difference of two squared. So we expand it as a plus b, a plus 4, then a minus 4. So to open it, we have a out, a minus 4 plus 4, a minus 4. I've done binomial expansion, so you go and watch, then you understand it. So this will give me a squared minus 4a plus 4a, then minus what? 16. So this takes this. So we have a squared minus what? 16. That is why in expressions like this, we use a difference of two squares. So this is a proof to that. So we are going to expand this one using difference of two squares. Now this is going to give us, the top one is going to give us x plus 3, then x minus 3. Now when you expand it, use the binomial expansion to expand it and solve and see if you get a top number. And the down number can also be expressed as x bracket out half x minus what? 3. Now what do you see? We've gotten a common term here. So x plus 3, x minus 3, all over x out, x minus 3. So this can cross out this. Now what do we have here? We have, let me continue here. We have x plus 3 now all over what? X. But they say we should find the zero of this expression. It means we have to equate the top number to 3. So x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 minus 3, then x is equal to -3. Yes, so this is how we solve it. So the zero, so the expression is 0 when x is equal to -3. So this is how we solve it. And you'll be able to solve this when you've gotten a common term or a simple term to solve. Yes, you've gotten a common term or a simple term to solve. And yet the best way to simplify this is to express this one, expand this difference of 2 squared, then you express the down one, 2, then you cross out the common term, then you solve it step by step. So this is the last question you are going to solve on this. So you watch part 1 of the video, and difference of 2 square, I'll do so many short videos. So there are so many short videos that are also past questions I've selected and I've solved on the short side. You can also check them. If today is your first time, this is a Bizzy Made It Easy channel, the best math channel in the world. There will be more lessons. Yes, so we just started. So don't forget to recommend and subscribe and share to all students at all levels. You also have benefits. And it's my hope that by the end of this year, God willing, the fear of maths in students is going to vanish. So that when you see any question that will help students, we learn. Yes, we learn math the easiest way and the simple way. So there will be more interesting lessons. So watch out and subscribe. Until we meet again, say goodbye.